Well, hello everyone. I'm going live just before midnight because honestly, I want to do this 30 days live, consecutive days, and I'm on day 12. And I'll tell you why I'm a little delayed in going live today. I'm going to talk to you about the flam. If you're a drummer, you know what a flam is. And I've got a little sound effect here. It might be doubled when you hear it. Yeah, so basically it's two typically snare drum notes, and it's like ba-dap, ba-dap. They aren't quite hit together, and that's intentional. Now, as keyboard players, we often play flams. I shouldn't say often necessarily, but sometimes play the flam. And here's an example. Let's say I'm playing Goodness of God, and I'm playing just a solid triad like this. Let me get where you can see my keyboard. That'll do. You can ignore that music for the moment. So just a steady quarter like this. Now, if I'll not talk and play some flammy kind of. Do you hear how those notes aren't being struck together? Now, again, this is going to be pretty brief, but what's happened today is I was working on the concept of the flam. I actually ended up writing a piece that I'm excited, a piano piece that I wanted to share with you, but I don't want to do it all, and I didn't want to get it. I want to be able to notate it nicely and have you be able to read the music. So tomorrow I will play this for you, and it's not called Fear the Flam, don't worry about that, but I just thought it was kind of a funny, who knows if it's funny, but I think it is. The flam, we don't want to do that. So if I play quarters, now what's interesting about not playing a flam, especially, let me get my side view here. That one. And again, ignore that, ignore that music. This is crazy that I'm doing this. But if in the A major triad is spelled A, C sharp, E, and I'm inverting it. So, well, not inverting it, but I'm playing the C sharp on top. So it's C sharp, A, E. And one of the challenges of that is the C sharp is at a different, literally at a different height. I'll show you down here on the bottom. Let's see, if my phone is the surface of the key, is that flat enough? Yeah. So if I'm striking like a tabletop, if I was striking a tabletop with my fingers, it would be fairly simple to strike if I had three fingers striking the tabletop, it's fairly simple to strike them at the same time. But if one of my fingers is on my phone, it's slightly higher. So when you're playing a C sharp, an A, and an E, you're playing at different heights with one of your fingers. So here's one of the things I want to show you, and I'm going to go back here. And actually, yeah, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to just describe an exercise for you. I'll have it notated for you tomorrow when I perform the piece that I've written, but I want to just describe this exercise. Let's see, what would make more sense is to show you a keyboard. Okay, one of the challenges, the issue with flams is if we're playing multiple notes, we want to play them at the same time. So if I'm playing thirds, C, E, D, F, sorry, from the top down, C, E, nope, from the top down, E, C, F, D, G, E. So I'm going to go up and down that scale, those three notes, with the C major triad. Next, I'll do a C minor triad. So let's just go between those two, C major, C minor, and mind-blowing, let's see. Now, for the third of the three, I'm not going to take much time doing this. I want to show you the seed that began the new piece I want to show you tomorrow. And I'm going to go back here and get this part back. Now, by the way, I am learning to be, I don't know if you might say spontaneous, but comfortable, I'm going to just take a moment and adjust my layout a little bit. Yeah, grab my picture because I look so amazing with the lighting messed up like it is. There I am. This will take a moment. That'll do. So I'll be looking at the music, and I'll adjust one thing about my photo. Yeah, we're just talking. So I'm going to show you this exercise. There we go. That'll do. All right. So in the right hand here, you can see. So that's what started this piece I'll play for you tomorrow. And what's interesting about it is, and I'll maybe keep it brief, but in piano music, in the literature of classical piano, there are what's called etudes. An etude is a piece written for developing the musician's skill at playing a certain type of challenging bit of music. So if you've got an etude that's written for thirds, Frédéric Chopin wrote an etude that has double thirds in it, and something like that, where it's chromatic double thirds. In this case, I've written, this started at the piece I'm playing for you tomorrow. So what you see is the top line there are all thirds. And what's emerged in this piece I'll be playing for you is an etude means study. So this piece, if you choose to learn it and play it, after you hear me play it, and if you want to work on your flam attacks, not flamming your attack of chords, this piece might be of interest to you. And really, that's all I want to say for now. Tomorrow, I will write out this exercise again, C major triad, well, thirds of the C major scale, then C minor scale. Now, I'll even though it's midnight where I am and my brain might not communicate this well, and yours, if you're watching from anywhere, it might be late or early where you are. The next exercise, the next pattern in this exercise that I found online is, if you're thinking of the note C, ask yourself, what is C the seventh note in the scale for? And that would be D flat major. Now, hang on to your hats. We now think, what's the 5 chord of D flat major? And that is A flat. So now you'll have started with C major, C minor, and now you're going to begin playing the notes starting with E flat and C, and then you're going to play notes in the key of D flat. I know it sounds super complicated, and maybe it is, but here's what's fascinating about learning technical stuff that might be challenging for you right now. With time, your brain doesn't have to think, oh my gosh, what's the 5 of the whatever, and what's the leading tone of the next key a half step higher. You don't have to think about all that because you just get used to it. Here's that 5 chord. And now you do it all in D flat major. This turns out to be C sharp minor, and D flat is also a C sharp, which is 5 of D major. And now you go to D major. And that's enough of that. So, yeah, it's exciting, and I'm excited to play this piece for you. I've got a little of it here. I'll just give you a teaser. Now, again, I'll play it in full tomorrow because a couple of hours ago I had a few measures I had 2 sections I wanted to play you, but I'll just play a little of this and you'll get a taste of what the piece is like. By the way, that first note in the right hand where you see the small B natural, that means only play that on the repeat. So here we go. Here it is. something like that. It's a little jazzy or a little Eric Satie-ish, who knows? But that's what I'll be playing for you as I go backwards in my singing. So yeah, it's an informal live stream tonight, and tomorrow it'll be something where I'm presenting the full piece online that I just wrote today, and I will have the sheet music available so you can download it, and I'll have written out this other exercise I showed you with the C major, C minor, and the dominant seventh of the half step higher. Yeah, and then what you eventually do is get both hands going. And then D flat, C sharp minor, A7 of D major, and D major, D minor, 5 of E flat, E flat. Yeah, so that's enough for now. But thanks for watching, and seems like I had coffee, but I didn't because it's really late here. So I look forward to sharing my new piece with you and showing you some general concepts that can help you train your brain and your fingers to play notes at the same moment in time rather than flamming them so the attack feels a little bit inaccurate. So I'll see you soon. God bless. Bye.